Walking down these empty streets, echoes of the past I meet. Lost and wandering for so long, searching for where I belong. Sunrise breaking through the night, guiding me back to the light. Every step feels like a prayer, promises hang in the air. Come back home, heal your heart, where the love never parts. Come back home, find your peace. In this place, your pain will cease. Memories of laughter and tears, answers to my deepest fears.
Yo, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Dear Brother Podcast and the Dear Sister Podcast. It is Relationship Friday. We're going to get into it. We're streaming live this morning from the Dear Brother Podcast on Facebook, the Dear Sister Podcast on Facebook, and we are, I'm messing it all up. The Dear Brother Podcast on YouTube, the Dear Sister Podcast on YouTube, and we're streaming live on Facebook right now. Good morning, everybody. We're going to get into it. This morning, I'm talking about emotional dishonesty in relationships and the fact that it's a silent killer. Let me see who's here already. My man Xavier, you always in the building first, my guy. How you doing, Zay? You making out all right, brother? You making out all right, man? I've still enjoyed our conversation, brother. I'm proud of you, man. I hope you pushing forward, building in that situation that you talked about, man. I hope it's going well for you. You deserve that, bro. And I hope that it's going well. Good morning, Natasha. Good morning, my sister. It's Relationship Friday, yo. Natasha, how you doing, my sister? You doing all right? You hanging in there, standing strong? I hope so. You're valuable. I care about you. I care about everybody who comes on this show. Y'all matter to me. It is Relationship Friday, man. I wasn't here yesterday. As y'all know, I needed to take a break. I was exhausted. Doing this 6 a.m. show every morning for the last 4 months has been something else, and building this channel has been great, but it's good. I'm glad you're doing good. Good. I'm glad you're doing good, Natasha. Good morning to you all coming in on all the platforms. We're going to talk about it this morning. I got time today. It is coming up on Christmas. Today is half day for the baby, so I got to get there by 12 o'clock. But I hope everybody's doing well, man, and I know y'all are. But it's good to see everybody this morning. Let's get into it. Again, it's Relationship Friday. Every Friday we talk about relationship. I think I'm going to also one of these days start an advice day. I don't know what day. Maybe Thursday, do an advice day where I just take questions and answer people and help people through what they're going through. But today is Relationship Friday, and we are talking about emotional dishonesty. This morning. It's the silent killer of relationships. Let's get into it. Emotional dishonesty occurs when people are withholding how they really feel. Have you ever been there? Anybody in the room ever been there where you withheld how you really feel? And I want to say this as well. Remember, on Relationship Fridays, number one, always remember this. This is the grown folks show, right? We don't lie on here. We don't blame on here. We get ourselves together on here, all right? The rest of YouTube can play around and blame people and play all the games they want, but this is the grown folks show. So when we get into it, it's not about who to blame. It's about finding what's in us that allows some of the harsh things that have happened to our lives. You know what I mean? Do people come in our lives and cause chaos? Absolutely. But at the same time, like I always teach us, is something inside of us that allows that chaos. So trying to fix chaos in somebody else is pointless. Trying to close the door that allows chaos into you is the real ball game. All right. And so we're going to get into it. Have you ever been emotionally dishonest? I know I have. And you know what it is? It's not, when you hear that word emotional dishonesty, it's like this big word, right? Or let me think on that. You know what this emotionally dishonesty is? It's simply when somebody be like, yo, you all right? Yeah, I'm good. You know, everything okay? Yeah, I'm good. You got anything on your mind? Nah, I'm straight. That kind of thing. That quick you lie because it's something in you that either you can't find the words for or you don't want to rock the boat for. But and I see that a lot of us, it's a common thing that you don't want to rock the boat in your relationships. So a lot of times you aren't honest. But the truth is, we old enough to know that in that moment you might not say nothing, but that boat gonna get rocked anyway, eventually. And then if you keep on being emotionally dishonest, it's going to ruin the relationship, right? And so let's get into it. Let me see who's in the chat. Let me see. Good morning, Ace Hall, my guy. Good morning, my brother. Camara Presley, my sister. Good morning. You been there, Camara? Yeah, you been there. Me too. Yes, it's very yes, it is, yo. It's like carrying the biggest lie ever been told right in your back pocket, and everybody can see, right? Natasha, let me see. We listen and we don't judge. You right. You right, Natasha. Ain't no judgment. Ain't no judgment in this room. I know I've been emotionally dishonest. A lot of times, because I don't like the drama. I don't like the drama. I don't like to go through it. So a lot of times I flat out be like, yeah, I'm straight. And I'll carry that on for days and weeks just because I don't want no smoke. I don't feel like it. Like, my life has been tough enough. That's one of the things that's been tough for me building relationships, is that a lot of times I look back over my life and see how tough life has been and the things I've been through. And it's like, yo, I can't afford no new smoke. I can't. I just need life to be easy at a certain point. And the thing about relationships, man, is relationships should eventually be your escape, right? But you got to build your relationship to the point where it is an escape. I think we just automatically expect that our relationships will be an escape, and they're not. You got to build that kind of safety, And to be honest, y'all, I think sometimes we're unfair. We're unfair to people that we get with. I'm going to talk for us, right? But sometimes we're unfair in relationship with who we get with. We're unfair because we're expecting something very early that we have not built. Seriously. Just because you get into a new relationship doesn't mean it's safe. It always feels safe because when you meet somebody, it's all about pleasing each other. And, you're so, right? And that's how new relationship is. But we all know that that's good. I would never call that fake. That's real. That's real feelings. But we all know you can't build on that because those initial feelings, eventually, they're there again because of the newness of the relationship. But if you're going to build a safe place, two people have to build a safe place together. That's another thing too. And I want to talk to you ladies about this. Every woman wants a safe place. Every woman wants a safe man. And sometimes y'all not safe women. Uh-oh. Now I know I'm going to get in trouble today. I know I'm going to get in trouble, and it don't matter because I'm here to help. But the fact is, a lot of ladies want safe relationships, and you don't consider whether you're safe. You want a safe man because of what you've been through, right? You want a safe man because of what you've gone through in your past or your ex. But I don't think a lot of women consider whether you're safe. Or a lot of you assume you're safe. And a lot of you, if you hear that you're not safe, you're ready to take somebody's head off because you assume that you're safe. Oh man, I'm gonna get in trouble. but let's get into it, right? Let's get into it. Look, the chat is open, baby. We can debate, we can get into it. It's Relationship Friday, everybody. We can go right on in here. I ain't scared of the points I make. And guess what? I'm not scared to be wrong either. But I'm also 45. I've been through a lot and I've counseled thousands of people, man. And I've seen the trends. And I'm gonna tell you, a lot of stuff you go through, people go through. You're not in this isolated box. Sometimes we think we're the only ones facing this. It's a lot of people. It's probably a story. There's not a story I haven't heard. But I'm gonna tell you, there has. And I want to write this book maybe next year or the next year, maybe 26, about emotional inequality in relationships. I think there's a lot of emotional inequality in relationships, where a lot of sisters don't even consider a man's feelings, or you live as if men don't have them, right? I think sometimes men are forced into being quiet because if he says how he feels, every woman wants honesty until she gets it. Come on, gentlemen. Now, y'all gentlemen, don't leave me out here on this thing by myself. Somebody better get in that chat and get my back because I know I'm telling the truth. Let me see. Yeah, let me see. Come here. When I do express myself, it becomes demonized. Ooh, okay. Then we're gonna talk about some emotional immaturity too. We're gonna talk about emotional dishonesty, but I think that this is a good point that you're making right here, Kamara, because we can't talk about emotional dishonesty and not talk about insecurity. Because I think a lot of times with men, and I've been here, yo. I see, that's why I'm so honest with y'all, because I want a vulnerable show where I share my heart, because I think that's what's created this atmosphere where people come here and just tell their facts, man, because that's what I love. In the world, you got to be a fraud, yo. At work, you got to be a certain way. You know, maybe in your relationship, you got to be a certain way. But 6 a.m., man, look, I want people to just have a space where you can be yourself, be honest, and then get help for what's going on, because you're not by yourself. Right. So I think a lot of times, to your point, Kamara, when I do express myself, it becomes demonized. I think a lot of times, when you express yourself and it becomes demonized, I think a lot of men, let me talk to the brothers. I just came at the sisters. A lot of us men are very insecure in that we don't want to admit when we haven't been enough. Right. So a lot of times we'll jump into the bag of, women, y'all always asking for something. You know, seriously, I'm fair, bro. I don't come at women and not come at men, because a lot of us men, we're insecure in that you want to feel like you're the best. You want to feel like you've done it. You want to feel like you achieve it. If a woman even minusculely acts like you might not have gotten it, we get all in the huff. Right? I've been there, especially when you worked hard and you trying hard and you trying and trying and trying. It comes a point where you got to admit your flaws as a man too, and admit what you're not. And a lot of us men, it's hard to admit what we're not. And I'm gonna tell you something else. I'm gonna really challenge us men now. A lot of us good men, what we like to do is compare ourselves to bad men to shut the woman up. Oh, come on. Let's get into it, because it's easy to say, well, look, I ain't jacking them. You know what I mean? I ain't Terrell and them. Right? So a lot of times that becomes our bar or our measuring stick to see whether a woman should complain. Right? The facts. But I also want to say this to you ladies. Sometimes talk to your man instead of complaining to your man, because I'm going to tell you, ladies, I'm going to give you a clue here. When you talk to your man, he will receive it. When you come in complaining, his ear shuts right off. And you can be saying the same thing. A lot of times it's about how you bring it. Seriously. It's about how you bring it. Because if a man is working hard to love you and you always finding something to complain about, you can break your relationship. I'm going to get into this teaching in a minute, but I want to talk to y'all for a second. Jump in that chat, yo. Jump in that chat. Let me talk to y'all before I get into this teaching. Let me see. My man Carl Aston. Yes, sir. I'm trying, brother. I'm trying, my guy. Let me see. Ladies, he at us this. Absolutely, I'm at y'all throats, bro. I'm at y'all throats. You know why? Because you know why? I started the Dear Sister podcast, because y'all need men to tell y'all the truth that love y'all. You see what I'm saying? A lot of men want to give women truth without loving y'all. They just want to come at y'all. But I love you. I want the best for you. And I think every woman deserves a brother, a father, an uncle that will love her enough to tell her the truth, don't want nothing from her. See, a lot of women aren't safe, because if you do get an exchange or a man does put you onto something, it's because he wants something from you. I don't want nothing from you but the best for you. Right? So when you hear me come at the ladies, and I know you ain't saying this about me, Natasha, but when you hear me come at the ladies, it's because the dear brother is dear brother. Right? I got a woman, so I ain't trying to get you. Right? When I talk to the ladies, I'm not trying to win you. I'm not trying to come at you. I have a sister. And it's times where I had to sit down and tell my sister hard truths. Right? And it's the safest place, because she know I'm not trying to hurt her. But yeah, I'm at y'all, but I'm at us dudes too. Right? This is one of probably the only shows you'll find on YouTube who's going to have a balanced conversation. Because most men just come on a show or start a show to come at women. And a lot of women start these podcasts to come at men. But how about we have a balanced conversation so we can have healing in our relationships? My goal is healing, because we've come at each other enough. Come on, y'all. Have we? Have we? We've come at each other enough. We've attacked each other enough. We've already said, oh, men ain't no good and women ain't no good. What good is that? And you know what I always say about it? While we are trying to destroy each other and talking so bad about each other, it's something that we hate each other so bad, but we keep on getting together and making babies. And my real issue is not the man or the woman. My issue is that we talk so bad about each other, we still get together and make babies. And what happens to the next generation while you got two people coming together that barely like each other, that just want to have X together, and we have X, we produce a life. What future does that kid have? You see what I'm saying? We are producing bad stuff in our generations because we don't want to have conversation. Today, we're going to have a conversation, y'all, an open, honest one. And we're going to be able to leave here saying, you know what? Let's love each other again. Why? Because we're incomplete without each other. That's why God made a man and a woman. Not because he got everything and she got everything. And let me tell you this from a biblical standpoint. Why do you think God took a rib from Adam? He took a rib from Adam, right? To show the man you're not complete. And what do the ribs do? The ribs protect every major organ. So when a woman is the rib, she's there to protect, not to irritate. Oh, let's get into it. Let's get into it. But as a man, you can't think you everything. You got to know you need her in order for her to protect your most vital places. Balanced conversation. Let's get it. Y'all in this chat. Let me see. Hey, share this chat. If you're on YouTube, hit the like button. Look, all my brothers and sisters on Facebook, I need y'all to go over to YouTube right now. The brothers, go over to the Dear Brother podcast. Hit that like and subscribe button. Everybody right now. I'm going to cut Facebook off in about 5 minutes, all right? Y'all got 5 minutes of this teaching. If y'all want to keep on getting this teaching, go over to YouTube right now to the Dear Brother podcast. You sisters, go over to the Dear Sister podcast. Hit that like and subscribe button. Share this with some people that need real relationship advice, all right? Let me see. Where we at? My man Carl. Everyone wants honesty until they hear it, brother. Facts. Yes, sir. It's facts, bro. Come here. Yeah, let me see. Xavier in the building. Men must start out their relationships with being. Y'all read this? Read this right here. Read this. Everybody hit that like button. Everybody go over to YouTube. I'm telling you, we're at 17 minutes. In 3 minutes, I'm cutting Facebook off. We all going to YouTube. All right? We all going to YouTube in 3 minutes. So y'all make sure y'all make your way over there. Xavier, this is a bomb comment, bro. Men must start our relationships with being honest and expressing themselves. That sets the tone on how the relationship goes. The man controls the relationship. That's what Xavier's saying, and it's a fact. And ladies, y'all can get offended all you want, but the fact is a man controls the relationship, right? And I'm not talking about controlling in a bad way, but men, we got to understand this. Like, I'll give y'all an example. Me and my lady was going through it like the last day or so, right? And what I realized, I was sitting right in this chair, actually, y'all. I love this. I so love the honesty here, right? I was sitting right here in this chair. My lady was standing right here, and we was going through something. And she's upset, I'm upset. And you know what I did? Instead of fighting for my life or defending my position, I sat there and I looked at her and I thought about something. And it hit me. I said, you know what, babe? It ain't me or you. I said, man, trying to raise these kids, trying to prepare for Christmas, trying to build a company, she working hard at a major organization, right? It's crazy. And I said, you know what? We've been missing each other and all the stuff. But it took me to say that. Why? Because she was emotional. Because that's how women are. And that's okay. God made women emotional. That's not a bad thing. But it takes the man to balance the conversation. I want men, listen, men, we got to take more responsibility for structuring a relationship, because you can't keep on saying you're the leader and not act like one in a relationship. It took me to say, yo, hold up, shorty. Hold up. We not enemies. We not enemies. And I had to look at it and say, this is why we going through this thing. And guess what? Right after that, man, we been in love like we first met. You see what I'm saying? For the last few days. Why y'all think I wasn't on here yesterday? Because I wasn't leaving my shorty. I was not going to leave my shorty yesterday. I was with her. I was with her all day. And I said, look, they're going to see me on Relationship Friday. Y'all see how happy and energetic I am today? Because number one, I took a break. Number two, I fixed something with my lady because she's very important to me. And I couldn't come on and can I come on the podcast and be a good teacher? Yeah. Can I come on the podcast and be a great teacher when my lady is happy? Yeah. Because let me tell y'all something else. Especially brothers. There's a point for brothers. I know that we can box things off. You know, we can put things in boxes. But when you really care about your lady, bro, you can't have a good day knowing y'all messed up. And if you can, you got to question whether you're really down with your lady, right? I'm not saying I got to be in the corner crying if me and my lady going through it or I can't go to work. What I'm saying is you can't compartmentalize your relationship to the point where you just go on about your day happy smiles. No, it's something in you should be messed up a little bit when you and your lady ain't together. And again, maybe if you don't feel that, you're not as connected to your lady as you think you are. And maybe you need to find somebody that does mess up your day when y'all going through it. Because that says I really care about you. Let me see. Y'all in this chat today. Indeed a fraud. When I act the way God wants me to, I get pushed around. This is the thing, Carl. Hey, we had 20 minutes, y'all. We had 20 minutes. I'm gonna answer these deeds, and I want everybody to move to YouTube right now. Indeed a fraud. When I act the way God wants me to, I get pushed around. Hey, that means you're with the wrong person. The more godly you get, I hope I'm understanding your question, but the more godly you get in a relationship, when you become a man in your relationship and you're seeing things clearly and you're putting things together and you have a woman that's fighting order, she's probably not the one to be with. See, we got to stop playing with this stuff because we've been wasting years with people. You can get in a relationship, be there 9, 10, 15 years with a person because you don't be honest enough to say, you know what, maybe we shouldn't be together. Come on, y'all. A lot of times we stay in relationships because we don't want to be lonely. There's a lot of reasons you stay in a relationship. You should stay in a relationship because that's the person you want to be with. Not because of money, not because of security, not because of any of that. Because the fact is, when you're staying with somebody for something else, you're in a relationship with the thing, not the person. And you got to free yourself and that person from that game. It's the only fair thing to do. Let me see. Carl, God, I've been there. Like I'm not enough. Yes. Yeah. All of us men been there, Carl. I'm not going to sit here and I don't think no brother should sit here and act like we don't understand that, bro. I fully understand that. Because as a man, you want to be everything. And it's hard when you got to face that you're not. Come on, men. Stop acting so we so man that you can't see your weaknesses, bro. And can't nobody show you your weaknesses like a woman can. That's facts. That's facts. Let me see. Let me see. Yeah, at least do what they did, but trauma is trauma, in many forms. I agree. Cornell in the building, my brother. Good morning, my brother. I'm gonna get through these things, and I want y'all to go over to Facebook. I'm telling y'all, got 2 minutes. I'm going over to YouTube. All right, real love, no real love, Let me see. Xavier, when I was younger, my feelings were not validated, and so I chose not to speak on them. And I've done work on myself. I choose to speak openly on my feelings because I've become I've become secure within myself. Absolutely. And I want to say this, Zay, the fact is, this is where a lot of us are when we're younger. See, because relationship issues don't start with relationships, like intimate relationships. Relationship issues start how you're grown, how you grew up, how you were raised, and we sleep on that. And a lot of times we're having wars with people we're dating, and the reality is a lot of the crap that we bring to a relationship comes because of how we grew up, and we got to face that. Good morning, Ron McGee. You got to be on time, bro. Like you late every morning. And as a teacher, you wouldn't accept this from your students, and I'm not accepting it from you, Ron. You can't keep on showing up late for class, bro. I love you. Good morning, Ron. Let me see. Ron McGee. Seems like I walked in a little late. See what I'm saying, Ron? Get yourself together, bro. All right. Here's a good point. Okay. Kamara says he's the head. Okay. Now I'm gonna teach y'all something about the head. Because religious teaching messed us up. When you think of the head is the top of the body, right? Okay. When you think of the roof of the house, that's the top, right? The fact is, being the head doesn't mean you're a head. Being the head means that you're the foundation. Really, a man shouldn't be the roof. He should be the basement. Y'all hear me? A man is not the roof. He's the basement. And while you're trying, a lot of men from pride, we want to be at the forefront. No, bro. You know what holds a house together? The foundation. A real man wants to be the foundation. A man that wants to be the roof or the head all the time, he's just boasting, right? What the basement do? You throw trash down the basement. You just put nonsense down the basement, right? A lot of us disrespect the basement. The basement be cold. The basement be muggy. Whatever the basement is, it's an unfinished basement. But guess what? No matter how much you disrespect that basement, that whole damn house gonna fall down without that basement. That's the kind of man you want to be. You don't want to be the roof. Why? Because when the storm comes, the roof gets blown off. When the storm comes and hit the house, the basement holds the house together. You hear what I'm saying? I was in Israel, y'all, and I was riding down the plane. My driver was taking me down. It was when I say a plane, not this plane, but the plane on the earth. And the driver's driving. We going down these beautiful hills with all this greenery on the sides of us. And while he's driving, I look over and I see a shepherd with all these sheep, right? And guess where the shepherd was, y'all? The shepherd was not in front of the sheep. The shepherd was behind the sheep. And the sheep were in like a V position like this here. And the shepherd was in the back. And I asked the driver, because in my mind, I always thought that the shepherd is the leader. So the leader means in front, right? And so he said, no. He said, shepherds lead from behind. He said, because if wolves come or anything comes to try to hurt the shepherd's behind the sheep so he can see everything going on. And in fact, he said that the reason the sheep are in a V is because he can see in his peripheral anything coming. Real leaders lead from behind to protect. If he leads from the front, he'll lose the sheep. I hope y'all feel me, brother, and I hope y'all got that, because that's for men. If we're going to be leaders, we got to lead from a position that we can see all and protect all, not from a place of boastful. This is my woman and she follow me. No, bro, that's stupid. That's stupid. Let me see. It's great to see you, Pastor. I pray all is well. All is well, Carl. All is well, my man. It's good to see you this morning, bro. Hey, everybody. All right, let me get through these questions and I'll go over to YouTube. I had to take a hard look at myself, because I had to realize that I was too messed up, big time. That's manhood. That's manhood, Ace. I kept finding the same person in a different. All right, see, this is the kind of stuff that just make me want to jump out the window, because look, truth, bro. Truth. I've been there, right? Let me read your thing, then I'll go through it. I kept myself finding the same person in a different body. How was my issue, man? Man, listen, I took a very hard look at myself. In there lied the issue. Yes, I was my worst. Let me go over here and see the rest of it. If I can't keep it a beam with myself, then how can I keep it a beam with anybody else? Yes, I dug deep and it hurt, and I needed that though. I tapped in and I start healing, brother. Listen, we could build a whole podcast just off your statement right there, right? That's a healed man talking. And guess what? Women don't heal men. Men heal themselves, right? Women keep a man healed, but for a man to heal, he must heal himself. Brother, I salute you, Ace, because I had to go through the same thing. And a lot of us brothers go through this right here, right? You keep on dating the same person, different body, different complexion, different height, right? Different clothing style, but inward it's the same person. Because when you're broken, you look for broken unconsciously. When you're broken, you find broken unconsciously. I'm going to tell you another thing us men do. When we refuse to fix ourselves, we date women we got to fix. When the real work is on ourselves. Yes. It's psychological. Let's get into it today. It's Relationship Friday. Let's get into it, y'all. Ron McGee, that's a fact. Can't have a good day if she isn't good. Yeah, if you really love her. Absolutely. Clarice, good morning, my sister. Oh, you're teaching, sir, and I'm listening, taking notes. Oh, man, thank you so much, Clarice. I really appreciate you, sister. I really do. It's Relationship Friday, yo. We're streaming live on the Dear Brother podcast, the Dear Sister podcast. We're on Facebook, but I'm about to cut Facebook off. Everybody right now, this is the time. We're at 28 minutes right now. I'm cutting Facebook off. Everybody go over to YouTube right now. Hit the like, hit the share, hit the subscribe, all right? Let me see. Carl, through therapy, I wrote a letter to the young Carl. Big time. That's big time, bro. Yes. Because, and that's the point I'm making, Carl, right there. It's our younger self, right? We get 30 and 40, right? And we get into these relationships and we don't realize sometimes we're bringing the 12-year-old us to the relationship. Real talk, y'all. We're bringing the 12-year-old, the 13-year-old, the 14-year-old. We're bringing the baby mom hurt, right? Mom might have said something that hurt you. Dad might have said something that hurt you. Your big sibling might have said something that hurt you. And that place of hurt, a lot of times, will bring to a relationship 20, 30 years later. And we're 12 in that relationship and we won't admit it. And that's why a lot of these arguments, they begin to sound like 10 and 13-year-old arguments, because that's who's really in the relationship. Not the 30-year-old you, not the 40-year-old you, not the 50-year-old you. The 15-year-old hurt you is still trying to get hurt, trying to get healed 30 years later. Let me see. Good morning, Lisa Moore. Good morning, my sister. Let me see. Good morning, Lisa. Good morning. Good morning. I'm glad you're here, sister. I appreciate you. Yeah. Good stuff, Kamara. Yeah, replying to Carl. Love that, Carl. That's big time, bro. All right, y'all. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Facebook, we're headed over to YouTube. Everybody on Facebook, please go over to YouTube right now. Hit that like, share, and subscribe button. All right. Facebook, we are out of there. All right. We're on YouTube, everybody. We're on YouTube, the Dear Brother and Dear Sister podcast. Let's get into it. All right. Let's get into this teaching, y'all. Let's get into it. Keep on coming with the comments, yo. I'm gonna keep on giving it. And remember, I want everybody, I'm gonna do this early in the show. Dear Brother, the advice. All right, Dear Brother, the advice. Make sure if you need advice, put it in the comments, put it in the chat, and I will address the everybody who needs advice. Right. Today I'm doing relationship advice. Some days I do business advice and other advice. Today I'm doing relationship advice. All right. So when you jump in, and I'll get to before I end the show today, I'll do all the advice before I leave. All right. So let's get into it, y'all. Let me see here. All right. Today we're talking about emotional dishonesty. It's the silent killer of relationships. The time you say, I'm cool, I'm all right, when you know you're not, you're lying, right? It's emotional dishonesty. Why do we do it? We don't do it because we're liars. We do it because we can't handle the emotion at the moment, or we don't want to argue, or we think that we're saving the relationship with our emotional dishonesty. You're not saving your relationship by being dishonest. You're not saving your relationship with emotional dishonesty. What you're doing is you're creating a trap that relationship will walk into at some point, right? Emotional dishonesty occurs when individuals withhold or distort how they really feel. When we don't express our true feelings. Some of us learned that from our parents. Some of us watched our mothers be very quiet in pain. Right? My mother was like that. My mother was a servant. So my mother would serve my dad. My mother, no matter what they were going through, my mom would take care of my father. And a lot of times in her taking care of, she was very silent in that relationship. Right? And a lot of us learn silence from our parents. A lot of shutdown. Come on, men. Let's talk brothers. A lot of us are the master of the shutdown. Yes, that's a trigger in men. I think all men have that, no matter what race. It's something in men. We have the shutdown. We just stop talking and we go ISO on people, right? We learned that from our fathers. Come on. It's emotional dishonesty to shut down. And you know what? I'm a shutdown artist. I will shut down. I'll leave. I'll escape. I used to be that way. Right? I used to be that way. I couldn't be in a relationship past 90 days. Real talk. I'm telling y'all. It was a time in my life I couldn't be in a relationship past 90 days. Because soon as somebody got on my nerves too much, I'm out the door. I'm not trying to fix nothing. I was a shutdown boy. Just out of there, right? It's real talk. But I realized that was only hurting me. It was hurting me because then I would get into another relationship, right? And I want to say this too. Some of you brothers who have found yourself being serial daters, and I'm talking to brothers first. There's a lot of women serial daters as well. But I want to talk to you brothers that are serial daters. Let's talk grown right here. A lot of you need to go back if you can. I'm not saying track down everybody, but a lot of you need to go back if you can and apologize to some ladies, because when you told that lady, oh, you left her or whatever, ladies internalize that. And they're not going to blame you. They're going to blame themselves, and they're going to constantly rehearse what they haven't been or what they have not been. And for years, a lady will beat herself up because you left her, and you didn't leave her because there was something wrong with her. You left her because there was something wrong with you. And you put her in a state where she started to believe she was worthless. Bro, you need to apologize, because a lady can go on and be married to another man and she loved you a lot. She'll still feel insecure because of how you treated her, bro. Come on, this grown folks show. You need to apologize if you can, to release that lady from thinking that she was messed up when it was really you that was messed up. That's grown man right there. That's grown man. Let me see who's in the chat. Let me see. Kia, good morning, my sister. What are your suggestions on getting your partner to be emotionally honest, without becoming their therapist, but remaining supportive? Okay, that's a good question. What are your suggestions on getting your partner to be emotionally honest? Let them talk. Let me say this to you, ladies. Let me say this to you, ladies. A lot of you ladies can't get men to be honest because you're trying to drag honesty out of them. You're asking too many questions. Now, don't fight me on this because a lot of ladies you want to fight me on. You want to fight? Don't fight a man that's putting you on because a lot of y'all listen to women too much about relationships, and women don't know about men better than men know about men. All right, so let me tell y'all something right now, and don't argue with me. If you want to get something out of your man, stop asking. Men want to talk. Men want to express. But you have to let men express. The minute a man feels like you're trying to drag something out of him, you're investigating him, a man shuts down. As soon as he feels like that. As soon as he feels like he's in the room with his, like in the police room with a swinging light over his head, you gonna tell me the truth and you gonna stop lying to me, or you're asking too many questions, a man's gonna shut down. A man will tell you more than you want him. A man will tell you more than you want to know if you allow him. Sit there and rub his head and stop trying to guess what's going on. Relax yourself. And I know why a lot of you ladies do it. When a man gets quiet, you're concerned about the relationship. You're trying to save you instead of trying to save him. See, that's why a lot of you ladies dig too hard because you're more worried about the relationship than you are that person. And I'm going to tell you something, ladies. A lot of you ladies, a lot of the problem in relationship is that you're more concerned about your joy, your happiness, and the fact that he'll stay with you than you are about how he's really feeling. That's why y'all dig so heavy. Y'all say, I care, but you can't care about somebody while you're questioning them to death at the same time. You sit there, you rub a man's head, you be there with him and for him. He'll tell you more than you ever want to know. That's a fact. I'm a man. Ron McGee. That's true. We'll talk. We don't want to be or feel See what I'm saying? This is another brother telling y'all. I'm not making this up. This is a grown folks show. This is where we grow. This is where we get better. I'm telling you, ladies, be there with your man. Be there with your man. Be there for your man. He'll tell you more than you want to know. Stop digging in him. He wants to release it. He just has to feel safe to do it. And if he's being questioned like the cops, he doesn't feel safe to do it. See, this is the thing. A lot of ladies, y'all more concerned about your safety. Again, are you safe? Balloons everywhere. Goodness gracious, what is this? Let me see. Lisa Moore, ladies, sometimes silence is the best friend. When he's talking. He'll keep talking. Yes. He'll keep talking. Just see, thank you. Now we got a sister backing up the brothers. I'm telling y'all, when a man really loves you, he wants to dump. Listen, ladies, every man wants to dump. Every man wants to dump everything that's in him. Men carry a whole lot. Y'all think we just gonna crack a beer and watch the game and all we care about is the NFL? Do you know how many of us sit there on a Sunday and watch the game and we ain't really watching the game? It's just a moment to try to escape life. I'm telling y'all, if you become that safe place, a lot of men say, forget this game. I want to talk to my shorty. I'm telling you, I'm not lying to you. I ain't blowing smoke, right? I'm not. Let me see. Man, a good head rub is the safest in the safest space sometimes. We really, really are simple. Men are really simple, y'all. See, a lot of ladies, y'all complex. Y'all think men are complex. No, we're not. We're not complex, right? But this is the thing, gentlemen. We got to stop lying. When a woman says, are you okay? That's the door opener. See? When a woman asks you, hey, baby, you all right? You look like you got something on your mind. No, I'm good. See, you're a liar, bro. You're a liar. See, that's the thing, man. We can't keep on wanting to say, oh, I want a safe lady. But then every time she tries to open up the safe door for you to say something, you just choose to shut it down. Come on. You can't say oh man, I wish I had a safe woman. Well, stop rejecting the safety she's trying to give you. That's why a lot of men like a more raggedy woman, because you don't have to be yourself. You can be the created you around a woman who can't look deeply into you. Yes, you could put on a character with the woman. You could just tap dance, right? She don't know what's going on because she don't really care about you. A lot of y'all are scared of the woman that really care about you. You dip off on the woman that care about you because you're not ready to be healed. You dip off on the woman that cares about you because you're not ready to really confront things in your life. But that raggedy woman who just want to party and screw, oh, you'll be right there. Why? Because you don't have to be yourself. You can be whatever in your mind that you've made up. That's a fact. Let me see. Okay, all right. Lisa Moore. I don't know. I still think men are complex. That's fair. Tell me why. Let's talk, Lisa. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Why do you think men are complex? Because maybe I'm missing something, right? I'm always open to say, you know what? But why do you think men are complex? Let's talk about it. Let me see. Ron McGee, a lot of guys don't have anyone else to talk to. So we want to talk to our lady. Absolutely. Yes. And see, I'm going to tell you, Ron, that's a fact. I'm going to tell you. That's a fact. I got male friends. They're my homies. But at 45, you don't hang out with your homies like you used to. Seriously. Now, I mean, let me talk about me because maybe other dudes do. At 45, I don't want to be out in the street hanging with my homies all the time. At 45, I don't want to be on the phone with my homie all the time. Or at 45, I don't want to go on a homie's trip to Vegas. I did all that. When I was younger, we went everywhere, right? We traveled. I was always with my homies. At 45, I don't want to chill with my homies. I want to be with my lady. I want her to be my best friend. And most men do. Most mature men at that age, you done running around with your homies wasting money. You rather be at peace doing something romantic, cool, and chill with your lady. Seriously. Last week, me and my lady, we went and got candles. We went and made candles together. You know how much freaking fun I had? It was way better than being with my homies. It was way better. I'm telling you. We laughed, we joked, I was doing it wrong, right? Telling her she doing it wrong. Come to find out I'm doing it wrong. We had a great day. That's where a mature man wants to be. And that kind of stuff opens up his heart. Let me see. All right, let's get into it a little bit, y'all. Keep on pumping the chat because I want to keep on this conversation going, right? But let me tell you, I want to talk about five. I want to have 5 points about this emotional dishonesty. Okay, I want to talk about 5 points. Number one thing that emotional dishonesty does in a relationship, it creates emotional distance, right? It creates emotional distance. What is that, Christian? What that is, y'all, is you can lay down and be intimate with somebody and still not be connected to them emotionally. Right? That's what, see, don't think that intimacy means connection. Intimacy means that I got the body parts, you got the body parts, you want something, I want something, and we're going to do this. That doesn't mean emotional connection. And I want you ladies to stop being fooled by that. Just because a man lays next to you and gives you the best night of your life don't mean he give a damn about you. Stop buying that. Right? A lot of you ladies you didn't know that. You didn't know that. As much as you say you do, a lot of you didn't know that. I'm going to tell you why. Because some of y'all still got kids right now. You got kids right now by a man that never loved you. Let's talk. Because you thought either that intimacy was going to keep the relationship or save the relationship. And the whole time he was pumping you with everything but care. Stop fooling yourself and stop lying to yourself. And I'm going to say this to you ladies. A lot of you ladies lie to yourself all the time and then call a man a liar. You lied to yourself. You told yourself he was a good dude, even though you looked and said he's not. Come on, ladies. Let's take some responsibility. Let's take some responsibilities for these raggedy men. A lot of you got pregnant by raggedy men. So let's be honest. Why'd you open up the door? Was it loneliness? What was it that let that raggedy man in? He didn't suddenly become no good. That man was no good when you met him, and you know it. You just ignored it because you needed somebody at the time. You ignored it because you wanted somebody to be close to you. You ignored it because you were tired of coming home from work by yourself and being there alone. You ignored it because you wanted somebody to watch a movie with. You ignored it because it felt good somebody rubbing your hair, right? Be honest. See, a lot of ladies, you play ignorant later on, but you knew very, very much so. Just like when a man is abusive, he shows he's abusive before he ever yells at you or before he ever puts his hands on you. And you know it. You know the man was evil by the way he talked to the waitress. But you giggle. No. How long? You thought he was only going to be rude to the waitress? No, baby, he's coming for you. It's coming for you. Come on. Let's be honest. Right? A lot of you ladies say, I could see right through a man. Yeah, you saw right through him and then you bought his crap. Come on. And brothers, let me challenge you. Stop getting with these women. You knew you had no intentions of being with her the first day you spent with her. She was cool. You knew you wasn't going to stay with her, but you used her as a toy for your own pleasure. Loose these women and let them go from that crap, man. Come on, stop it. You know, men know immediately who you really want to spend time with, because men only have two currencies. Where does these freaking balloons come? Men only have two currencies: time and words. Come on, brothers, y'all know it. We only have time and words. When we really, it ain't about money. A man can spend a ton of money on, he don't care about. It don't mean he care about you. Men have two currency: time and words. If we're not giving you time or words, we don't care about you. And men, you know from the rip when you meet a woman whether you're really gonna give her the real you or the party you. Come on, stop lying. And that's what I love what Xavier said earlier in the chat. A lot of us men lie from the gate. We lie from the gate. We're not honest from the gate. You hear what I'm saying? And I think that's the problem with most relationships. Everybody's bringing a lie instead of the truth. When the fact is the foundational things that keep a relationship are the truth. It's the truth. The truth. Whether you like it or not, this is me. You hear what I'm saying? I'll give you an example. Here's an example. In my relationship, right? I was talking one day, and I'm able to detach real easy. And I'm gonna tell you why. And I said it to my lady. I said, you know what? The reason why I'm able to detach real easy is because I lost a child. You see what I'm saying? The worst loss, in my opinion, you can take is losing a child. I had to carry my child's casket in my arms. It was about this big, right? I was carrying, she was 4 months old. My daughter, Lydia, I have triplets, Lydia, Hannah, Morgan. Lydia was the firstborn. I carried Lydia's casket in my hands. I put her in the hole. I didn't want other people touching her casket. So I went down in the hole and put my baby's casket in the hole after I preached her funeral. You hear what I'm saying? So for a woman to say, oh, I don't want to be with you no more, or a woman to say, look, I don't care, right? I'm telling you, I just got real detached, because when you lose your child, it's easy to lose a woman. See, that's what I'm saying. I had to be honest about that, right? I had to be honest about that. Is that a good thing to carry? No. But I had to be honest enough to say the reason sometimes I'm so nonchalant about being here or not being here, or whether we good or not, it don't really matter. I can move on, is because I had to move on from burying my 59-year-old father, move on from burying my 62-year-old mother, move on from burying my 4-month-old daughter. And I did that all in 5 months. So for me, for somebody to be like, whatever, it's always whatever. I have to heal from that. And that's what that's the part I'm working on for me right now. My ability to just be out the door. Right? You hear me? Let me see. Oh, goodness, y'all in this chat today. I'm trying to teach, but I'm teaching on these comments. I love y'all so much, man. This is so banging. Let me see. A lot of guys have anyone else. Okay, let me see. And you don't bring into relationship stuff there. Okay, let me see. All right, Ron McGee. And you don't bring relationship stuff to the homies in the group chat. That's different type of convo. Yes, sir. And that feels in the moment, but we still hold on to our feelings. Absolutely. At a certain age, you absolutely want your lady to be your best friend. For sure, Ron. For sure. Yes, sir. Lisa Moore. Let me see. A man will continue. Hit the like button, everybody, on Dear Sister and Dear Brother podcast. Let everybody know we're having a good conversation. They should be a part of our channels. If you value what I'm teaching, if you value this conversation, hit the like button. But hit that share button for other people so they can see, hey, maybe we got all the crap that's on YouTube. Hit that share button. We got something good right here. Let's grow together right here. All right, this is a good community. Hey, y'all, and I hit over 1,000 subscribers. I'm so blessed by that. My goal, let's hit 2,000 subscribers, yo. Let's hit 2,000 subscribers. That's our goal. Let's hit 2,000 subscribers. Let's build our healthy community. There's too many unhealthy communities on social media. Y'all hear me? There's too many unhealthy communities telling lies. Y'all seen them, messing up people's minds as far as relationship. We got a good community. Let's share it. Let's bring people into it. Let me see. A man will continue to press a woman. He has no real interest in. Yes. A man will also chase a woman he has interest in. Even if she doesn't want him. Yes. To me, it's a predictor behavior either. Lisa. Ooh. A man will continue to press a woman he has no interest, real interest. Okay, let me tell you something, Lisa. When a man presses a woman he has no interest in, he has no interest in her. He's interested in something about her. It's not that he has he has something interest. It's something that she has that he wants. It's not her. It's something she has that he wants. And it's not always X. I got to say this on YouTube. You can't say, but y'all know what I'm saying. It's not always X. Sometimes it's a season apiece. Some men get with a woman for a season apiece. Doesn't mean he wants to commit to her, but she's just peaceful for the moment. You got to be careful, ladies. You got to be careful of the man who's looking for temporal peace. A lot of men will look for temporal peace, and they'll be with you for temporal peace, and then be out of there. And you wonder, why I gave the man everything. You did. You gave him the peace he wanted. He needed a rest from his chaos. Some men will be with you for rest from chaos, only to go straight back to chaos. Very valid point. I agree, Ron. Mm-hmm. Let me see. Yes, sometimes women, especially with low self-esteem, will allow this behavior. And sometimes in others is an ego thing, thinking my love can change him. Ooh, y'all go look up my podcast. I got a podcast on the Dear Sister podcast right now that you cannot change a man. Go check it out, ladies. On the Dear Sister podcast, I got a whole podcast up about the fact that you cannot change a man. I don't care how good you can cook, clean, have great intimacy. I don't care what you have. You cannot change a man. No way. It's not going to ever happen. Let me see. The peace sign makes the balloons happen on my iPhone. Let me see. I got to see what it is, Ryan. It's irking. No. All right. Let me get into it. All right. So number one, emotional dishonesty creates emotional distance, right? What it does is it erodes intimacy. What happens is it builds walls between each other, and eventually you're in a relationship where you're talking through walls. You know what happens? You know what happens when a couple starts yelling at each other? It's because there's a wall in between them. And in order to really get to you, I feel like I got to yell my point. That's why a lot of arguments happen. That's why a lot of people raise their voice, because you feel like it's a wall. It's not that you don't love the person. It's not that you hate the person that y'all going through it. It's that I'm really trying to get to my point. It's a wall between us. That's what emotional dishonesty creates. It creates a wall where now we can't communicate directly. I'm either yelling around the wall or I'm yelling over a wall. Right? That's what it creates. All right. And now I'm talking to you without vulnerability because I'm trying to bang down this wall. That's where arguments start getting disrespectful. In relationships, that's where arguments begin to get disrespectful. That's when people start talking crazy to each other because I'm trying to knock down this wall and my vulnerability is gone. I'm coming with a sledgehammer now, right? It erodes trust. It erodes and it diminishes the relationship. It makes the relationship feel shallow, right? So the number one, the first thing that emotional dishonesty creates in a relationship is emotional distance. Number two, the next thing that it hinders growth. It hinders growth. And guess what else? Bigger than that, it hinders your ability to problem solve. I'm telling you, when you're going through it with somebody, you can't problem solve because you're seeing them as the problem and they're seeing you as the problem. So what happens is I got to solve you and you got to solve me instead of us solving our problem. See, a lot of times, you see what I'm saying? So you got, let me see. Do I got something here? So I got, okay, I can't do this. I'm trying to. All right. So you got two people in a relationship, right? And in the middle, you got this problem, right? And the fact is, we're not even focused on our problem. We're focused on each other. And we should come together to solve this problem. But instead, I'm throwing bombs at you. You throwing bombs at me. And guess what? We're throwing bombs over the problem. We should be destroying this problem, but we're not because I see you as the problem. And a lot of times, y'all, we got to grow up and start to understand that your partner is not your enemy. Your partner is not your enemy, man. Really. Right? I've had my lady say that to me, like, yo, I'm not your enemy. When we go through certain stuff, it's like, yo, I'm not your enemy. Where did that come from? That's another thing I had to learn and admit. I had to learn and admit as a 14-year-old teacher, right? I was traveling and teaching at 14, 15, 16 years old. Right. When you're living that life as a child, as a public figure, as a child, everybody was out to get me. So then as a grown man, sometimes I'm still looking over my shoulder. So even in a relationship, it's like, is she trying to get me, yo? And she's not. But I brought that. And here I am watching out for her. And in reality, it was me bringing that. You got to be honest. Let me see. All right. Right. So two things. The first thing that emotional dishonesty brings in a relationship, it creates emotional distance. Number two, it causes resentment and mistrust. It's to see, there you go, Ryan. There go the freaking balloons again. Um, it fuels resentment in a relationship. Emotional dishonesty fuels resentment in a relationship. You start to resent your partner, right? You start to think they're holding you back from stuff. Resentment in a relationship that's when you know it's about to blow up, because now I'm looking at you as if you're holding me back from the life I want to live instead of us living that life together. Yeah. Because suppressed emotions, they resurface when anger comes, y'all. This is why the whole thing of I'm cool, I'm straight, whatever, that's not real. It's not real, because let anger come. Let the spark of anger come. Everything that you said you cool with, all of a sudden you're not cool with. And that's when a lot of relationships start to just break up. A lot of relationships just break up at some point. Why? Because now stuff I thought you were cool with, you weren't cool with the whole time. Now you seem to me as a liar. Now you seem to me as you tricked me. See, that's why this whole thing of I'm just going to be quiet, it doesn't really work. It doesn't really work, because anger will spark that flame. You understand what I'm saying? Number three. I'm sorry, I went backwards, y'all. So number one, creates emotional distance. Number two, it fuels resentment. Number three, creates it takes away your ability to solve problems. Number four, emotional dishonesty in a relationship encourages self-betrayal. When you are in a relationship and you're being emotionally dishonest, you're betraying you. You think, oh, I'm getting at them. No, you're betraying yourself. Because it's a thing. You got to live with the lie you hold it on to, not them. You're not hurting anybody you're not hurting your partner by not telling them the truth. You're destroying you. They don't even know what's going on inside of you. You think you're getting at them. Oh, I'm shutting down. I'm going to get them the silent treatment. You're the only one going through it, because they don't even know what you're going through, what you're going through inwardly. You're not hurting them, bro. You're hurting you, and ultimately you're hurting the relationship. Seriously. You're betraying yourself. You're betraying yourself. And eventually you start going through so much internal conflict that now you're just focused on you. You're not focused on the other person. You're in a relationship with you while you're in a relationship with somebody else. And I think that's one of the biggest things as an adults that we bring, especially older daters. Some of us that's single, older daters. I'm 45, right? So you see what I'm saying? So a lot of us, we bring that old dog to a new relationship. Come on, let's be honest. Let me see. Let me see who's in the chat. Let me see. Oh, y'all in here talking. I got you, Lise. Let me see. Wait a minute. I think I missed some comments. Yes. Yes. Hold on. All right, here we go. I made the mistake of my love can. Okay, we did that. What a fool I was. Yeah. My love. Hey. And guess what, gentlemen? Ooh, boy. Okay. Gentlemen, as much as a woman can't change us, we can't change certain women. Ooh, boy. See, we make a point to tell a woman she can't change a man, which is a fact. Can a man's love change a woman? Yes. Can it change every woman? No. There are some women that's so broken that no matter how much you love her, she'll destroy you before you destroy her. I mean, she'll destroy you before you change her. She will destroy your love. That's why a lot of men made the commitment, I'll never love a woman again. That's because you tried to love a woman who was not able to be loved. Now I know somebody gonna argue with me. All women are able to be loved. No. I'm gonna tell you, there are some people that are beyond broken, and you will lose before you'll win in that relationship, and that's a fact. Let me see. Lisa, sorry you lost your baby. I can imagine how that became a coping mechanism. Absolutely. Yeah, I had to put my dukes up to protect myself, right? Yeah. I'm out. That's my thing. I'm out. I ain't dealing with this, right? Let me see. The secret is out, ladies. Let me see. Sasha, I didn't know that about men. See, that's why you on the show. Relationship Fridays. L Boog. Good morning, my sister. Let me see. I emotionally shut down because of how I was raised. Yes. I watched my dad do the same thing. My dad was a shutdown man too. Yeah. Showing sadness, anger, frustration, disappointment would result in punishment. Yes. I had to mask for 16 years. It's hard to break that habit. Yes. It is hard to break that habit because see, this is the thing. For a woman like you, Lisa, I don't know if you're in a relationship right now or not, but for a woman like you, what you need is you need an understanding man. You don't need a you don't need a man who's just looking to lead you without understanding you first. You need a man who's you need a man willing to understand you to lead you. Yeah. 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 Let me see. Lisa Moore on fire. And Lisa Moore is bringing the pain, right? Absolutely. I'm glad you're here, Lisa Moore. Absolutely. Let me see. Right back at you, Natasha. Much love and peace and love to you, sis. See, our community is so bomb. Good morning, B Crow. Good morning, my brother. Let me see. All right. Let me see. Number 5, another thing the emotional dishonesty does, it destroys long-term stability. Long-term stability is out the window when you're being emotionally dishonest in a relationship. Relationships built on half truths. Anytime you have a relationship built on half truths and unspoken emotions, the foundation is already cracked. It's already cracked. It's already cracked. And when you have that kind of relationship, that's where cheating comes in. Because now you're looking for something that fills the crack in your relationship. So you slide somebody else in. You hear what I'm saying? And so you long-term sustainability is gone in a relationship you can't be honest in. Because now you're looking to heal other places instead of inside that relationship. Yeah. This is where work husbands and work wives come in. Mm-hmm. This is where your partner hasn't told you you look nice in weeks, and you go to work and somebody's saying, that's a nice tie. Oh, you know what, girl? That's a nice dress you got on. That compliment you ain't heard in weeks. Now all of a sudden, whoosh, it ain't that you in love with your work wife. She says things to you that your partner hasn't said. It ain't that you ain't in love with your work husband. He's meeting a point in you, especially when you're in a relationship that has emotional dishonesty. All of a sudden, somebody's sharing with you. You got to be very careful, y'all, because a lot of people cheated with people they didn't even like, only because they showed the right attention. I'm going to say something. A lot of times when men cheat on women, the first thing a woman wants to do is she wants to see the woman that he cheated with. Mm-hmm. And then women will say, ew, she don't even look good. She ugly. How can he be with her? Because it wasn't about her looks. She paid that man attention that you refused to give him. So stop that, ladies. I want to see her. Oh, look at, she ain't got no good body. She don't know, because it wasn't about a body. It wasn't about any of that. It was about she talked to her man and you wouldn't. She talked to your man while you wouldn't. She complimented her man while you wouldn't. That's a lot of times why relationship. That's why a lot of times a man will walk into a cheating situation. Every man that cheats ain't a cheater. Every woman that cheats ain't a cheater. Because cheating don't start with hotel rooms and beds. Cheating starts at water coolers. Cheating starts as, hey, you okay? When the person you with ain't asked you if you're okay in weeks. And I'm going to tell you, as a man, for most men, I ain't talking about the man who just out here trying to bang everything moving. I'm talking about a good man. He didn't cheat on you. He didn't cheat on you because a lot of good men will go on and be with somebody else or mess up, cheat with somebody else because he felt loved in that space. Y'all can accept it or reject it, but men need as much love and attention as you need. Stop being selfish, ladies, thinking you the only one that deserve attention, as if he don't. You hear what I'm saying? When did relationships suddenly become not an exchange? When did it become about men just taking care of you and men complimenting you and men pursuing you and men What about your part? I think a lot of times you ladies miss your part in relationships. Seriously. Do you know how tired a man can get from pursuing you and making sure he tell you you're pretty and making sure he pays attention to the fact that your hair changed and oh girl, he didn't even tell you he liked my new hair. He got to pay attention to every time you might have put on a longer lash all of a sudden and he's supposed to say, oh, that's an inch instead of half. And you see what I'm saying? It's so many things y'all want from us. Relationship has to be exchanged, ladies. See, because this world concept has taught women that there don't have to be no exchange. All you got to do is give him some every now and then. What are you talking about? You want a man's life and you think that an intimate night is going to be the exchange for everything you want that man to do? No, this has to be equal exchange. And gentlemen too. That woman cooking, cleaning, working, right? Supporting you mentally, socially, emotionally. And you like, all you got to do is pay the bills? That's not equal exchange. That's the thing. If you're in a relationship, look for equal exchange. We don't look for that. We just look for what she's supposed to do. See, it got to be what do you bring? See, because it's what you bring that causes the cycle of victory in a relationship. It's you both bringing something. Soon as somebody is only bringing, they get fatigued. This is where most relationships fall down because somebody stops. Somebody stops. I want to open up this conversation too. It's something that me and my lady talked about yesterday. We were watching Power. We rewatching Power right now. We saw a point in there we start talking about. Let me see. Oh, wow. And definitely believe that. I definitely believe that. Validation and words of affirmation is important to men. When I compliment men in public, I see how their face light. Let me tell you why their face light up. Because we don't get it. We don't get compliments, ladies. Men don't get it. Y'all look for it so much that y'all don't give it. And I'm saying, I don't even think y'all do it on purpose. I think the mandate of society is all about y'all and pursuing y'all and telling y'all and blah, blah, blah. And before you even know it, unconsciously, you become a selfish partner because it becomes totally about what you get and how you feel. And you forget that men have feelings. This Relationship Friday, y'all. Let's get into it. You see a man light up because... Right? Now you hear women say, I'm tired of men. Man, he done compliment me. A man always saying something to me. I walk down the street. I can't stop. I can't even walk down the street without a man saying something to me. You see? Y'all are inundated with that because it's what society says. But nobody pays attention to it. Men need the same thing. Keep on ignoring your man. You'll lose him, sis. You'll lose him. And you'll lose him to a bad looking woman just because she was nice to him. You know what most men want? Somebody that's nice to him. Y'all think it's a whole bunch of this and that. Most men want a woman who's just nice. Ooh. I say it all the time. Men want to feel wanted also. Yes, and that's really all we want. Again, we're simple. We are. Hey, Lise, you said that you don't think men are simple. I'm asking you why. You ain't come at me with nothing yet. Let me see. Now a half inch of a see, girl. Hey, ladies, I want to say this to y'all from Big Brother, just from Big Brother. Hey, let me just throw this in. We don't want all this. Y'all do this for y'all. Like these things y'all do, like these Jones. Men don't like that. A lot of stuff y'all do for y'all. Like these beauty things y'all do for y'all. A lot of men don't like that. Men don't like that. Men, that y'all get BBLs and stuff like that. Men don't, no man asks you to get that. Like men don't even like that. Seriously. A lot of stuff y'all think y'all doing it for each other. Y'all in competition with women. Y'all compete about all this stuff. Men don't even care. Let me see. Hit the like button, y'all. Hit the like button. Let me see. My guy, wish I could have stayed longer, but I gotta go. Man, you always gotta go, bro. You gotta start hanging out longer. Good morning, my man. I'm glad you come through. If it's 30 seconds, I'm glad you with us, bro. You're my guy. Hit the like button. This is what I love about him. Before he left, he said, yo, hit the like button, everybody. Hit the like button. We got a banging show going on. Let me see. Sorry, y'all, all about the typos. I'm working while I'm on this live. I'm glad you're here, sister. Forget the typos. I'm reading right past them, and you are an addition to the show today. Thank you, my sister. Let me see. Ron McGee, what do you say to the point that men may break the trust in a relationship, and women stay, but says that the reason she stops her affirmations? How do you recover? Okay. Ooh, that's big. I've counseled a lot of couples in this situation. What do you say to the point that men may break the trust in a relationship and a woman stays but says there's the reason she stops her affirmation. This is the thing. Listen, guys, listen, gentlemen. Hey, y'all see this right here? If I'm feeding y'all, be a blessing to me. I don't usually do this. And some of y'all who know me, some of y'all I pastored before, and I don't never ask for money, right? I'm not. But if you eating off of what I'm saying, y'all get on here at 6 a.m. and y'all eating, be a blessing to me, yo. I wake up in the morning to do this for society every morning, right? So if be a blessing. It's right there. Master Built One in the Cash App. Come on. I ain't monetized yet on YouTube. When I get monetized, then, things will start rolling. Before I get monetized, if I'm feeding y'all every morning, be a blessing in that Cash App, yo. Be a blessing in that Cash App. Merry Christmas to Christian, all right? Be a blessing right there. It's right there scrolling at the bottom. Let me see. And if you got your phone, right in the top of the screen, it's that donate button right there. You can take a picture and be a blessing, man. Be a blessing for the wisdom that I've suffered to give this world, all right? Let me see. So men, when you break trust in a relationship, number one, don't think a woman just supposed to take you back real quick because you said my bad. Okay? When you violate a woman in that way, you can't just expect her to be like, oh, it's cool, even if she stay with you. You can't expect her to just be like, yo, yeah, you have all my trust back. No. That woman makes a decision to stay with you because she loves you. That woman makes a decision to stay with you because she believes in you. But don't think that she's just going to it's just all going to go away and no. Right? Now, I want to say this. You don't have to earn her trust. You don't have to earn it because she stayed with you. You don't have to earn it. And I know somebody saying, no, yes, he do got to earn my trust. No, if he got to earn your trust, you should have left him. If you trusted that he wouldn't do it again, you stayed, right? What I'm saying is, men, don't be arrogant because a woman forgives you. That's ignorance. Don't be arrogant because a woman forgives you. That's ignorance, right? But ladies, if you decide to stay with a man that breaks the trust in a relationship, you can't use that as a constant halo over his head, right? You can't do it. Because if you're going to do that, you should leave. If a man broke trust, and listen, I'm saying if you leave, sis. Leave if he broke that trust. But if you're going to stay, the worst thing you can do to a man is that you're going to stay, because if you stayed, that means he's saying, okay, all right, I'm going to get myself together. She stayed. Let me get it together. But if you hang that over his head, eventually the relationship will break down. Let me see. Kia, good morning, my sister. Women aren't taught how to effectively communicate with men. Yes. To give what they need, and get what they need. True. We're often told to look pretty, cook, and be available. But guess what? This is a new day, y'all. This is a new day. In our father's generation, that man needed a meal. He needed his clothes washed and all that kind of stuff. This day, men can cook, clean. Men have their own. Men got degrees. Men got PhDs and everything else. Men don't need what they used to need. Men need understanding. That's what men need. That the greatest thing, let me tell you something, ladies, listen to me. The greatest thing that you can ever give a man now is understanding. See, every man needs three things, right? Homie, lover, friend. Homie, lover, friend. Listen, ladies, homie, that means you go to the game with him. You throw on some Jordans and y'all go do something fun. You throw on a fitted with that pretty hair laying up under there, and you kicking it. Y'all go to the game. Y'all go to the park. Y'all just chill. Y'all swing on the swing stick. That's your homie. Lover is the one that rubs your head and says, baby, it's going to be okay. She's the one that lifts the pressure off a man. Friend, that's the hardest one to be. A lot of women don't know how to be a friend of a man, but that's the thing that holds a relationship together. Friendship. Now listen, the reason why it's so hard for a woman to be a friend, because a friend doesn't have all these expectations. A friend's able to understand without expectations. A lot of women can't put down her relational expectations to be a man's friend. So if anytime he walks beneath her expectations, she can't be his friend because she's stuck on what he should be in this relationship. When you have a friendship with somebody, you love them. And even if they don't meet your expectations, it's like, oh, that's my friend, man. We're going to work this out. It's hard to find a woman that'll be your friend. Easy to find a woman to be your homie. Easy to find a woman to be your lover. It's hard to find a woman to be your friend. Just like for women, it's a man will spend money on you, a man to hang out with you, but it's hard to find a man that will listen to learn. homie, lover, friend. Let's get into it. All right. Let me see. We hate those damn lashes. Absolutely. The only time we notice them is in a negative way. Absolutely. They're a joke. Sorry, not sorry. Well, damn it, Ron. You went hard. We do. We hate lashes. We hate these weaves. We hate all that stuff, y'all. Seriously. Real men? I ain't talking about these clowns who looking for a trophy. Now, clowns who looking for a trophy, he want a BBL, he want lashes, he want weaves down to your backbone. He want all that. Clown, yes, he wants a costume. A clown man wants a costumed woman. A real man wants that woman how she is. Believe it. All that stuff y'all do, you do it for y'all. You're not doing it for men. You're doing it for lights, camera, and action. Let me see. I don't wear lashes anymore. I don't wear lashes anymore. But when I ever did, they were like, most couldn't tell. Now I don't even like them anymore. Well, God bless you, Lisa. Let me see Natasha. I love it here. Men don't even like that. No, we don't like that. Yo, we don't like all that stuff. Yo, we don't. We want to just kick it with our shorty, man. Nobody cares about all that. You trying to lay up to next to your shorty. She got to move her weave. Y'all trying to chill. She popping lashes off her face, throwing them on the coffee table. What? Like, nobody wants that. Like, chill out, y'all. Let me throw some questions in here. I got some questions I want to throw on the table. I want to throw some questions on the table, all right? And stuff that you're willing to share. But I want to throw this question on the table. Question number 1. What emotions are you avoiding? What emotions do you avoid expressing the most? As men, I'm asking all of us. What emotions do you avoid expressing, and why do you do it? I want to hear from y'all. What emotions do you avoid expressing, and why? All right. In fact, I'll throw all 3 on the table, so then we could just go ahead and kick it. All right. What emotions are you avoiding, and why? Number 2. How has emotional dishonesty impacted your ability to connect with people? Number 3, in what ways can you begin practicing emotional transparency in your relationship? So let's run through them again. 3 questions I got on the table. Jump in the chat. What emotions are you avoiding? What emotions do you avoid expressing? Because we have our picks. We pick what we want to express. We pick what we don't. What emotions do we avoid expressing? How has emotional dishonesty impacted your ability to connect with people? And in what ways can you begin practicing emotional transparency in your relationship? Let me see. Thank you for that. I would never know the difference between a homie and a friend. I guess I grouped it all in one as love. Nope. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you. You want to go deeper? Let's go deeper. Every one of us is made up of 3 parts. All of us are 3-parted, right? The soul, the mind. The soul is made up of the mind, the will, and the emotions, right? So when it comes to relationships, every one of us, just the same way you have a triad, you have 3 parts of you. That's why in a relationship you have to be, you can't just be one way, right? We meet each other in different ways. We meet each other in the mind, we meet each other in the will, we meet each other in the emotions, right? That's why you need homie, lover, friend. You bring more to the table than just one thing, right? That's part of a relationship. That's what makes it grow. Yeah. You like that homie, lover, friend breakdown? Thank you, Ron McGee. Thank you, my brother. Let me give y'all something else while I want y'all to answer them questions. Throw it in the chat. But let me give y'all something else. And I say this to y'all before. I'll say it again because I think this is a good thing that a lot of people don't realize. It's a myth. People have this myth and they say, watch how a man treats his mother. That's how he'll treat you. That's a lie. Watch how a woman treats her father. That's how she'll treat you. That's also a lie. The truth is, watch how a man treats his father. That's how he'll treat you. If he doesn't have a father, watch how that man treats other men in his life. That's how he treats you. Watch how a woman treats her mother. That's how she'll treat you, bro. because this is the truth. If a grown man can't come under authority of another man, that means he has no honor. That means he'll dishonor you. When you watch how a woman treats her mother, she can stand up to her mother and be just as woman as her mother is. But if she chooses to submit under the authority of a stronger woman, that means that she has humility in her. That's the truth. Chew on that one, y'all. Let me see. Anger. I almost never expressed my anger, but I acted out in silent treatment. Yes, I cut off affection. Yes. That's the thing. And that's another thing. I had this conversation a lot too. We like to rag on people that are expressive, like that person that get loud and say their emotions and start crying and stuff. You know what I mean? We like to say, oh, that person, look at them. They all loud, right? We like to judge people that express themselves. And what we do is we act like the person who don't say nothing is peaceful. But a lot of times the person that's peaceful is more violent than the person that expressed themselves because they hold it in here. And we like to judge because we can hear. But really, a lot of times, the most dangerous person is silent. Let me see. Emotional dishonesty, made me dislike myself. Yes. I felt like everything was my fault. Man, oh man. Ryan, I just said this thing out my mouth 2 days ago to my lady. That I live like everything my fault too. I do it with my kids too. If my kids is sad or something, they could have like broke up with their boyfriend, or my son could have had a bad day with his girlfriend or anything else. But if I see him sad, it's my fault. I carry it like that, and it's bad. It's bad. I didn't express my frustration when things were good, and when they were bad, I did express myself. I did express I didn't feel heard. Man, oh man, Ron. See, that's gonna help people. That is a lie. Yes, it is. Let me see. I felt my emotions were superseded by how most men do. Most men do feel like our emotions are superseded by how a woman feels. That's why a lot of times all a woman has to start doing is crying and a man to stop talking. I'm going to tell y'all, ladies, make sure that you're not being manipulative with like your tears and stuff. And y'all know when y'all can. I'm going to tell you, it's been time, because I've experienced that in the past, where you're expressing your feelings and a woman starts expressing hers and all she got to do is start crying. And then all of a sudden what you were talking about, your feelings are gone because now everything's the focus on her because she's crying. Ladies, stop using tears to manipulate conversation. Stop using your emotions to run from the part you played in relationships. And men, stop using anger to not admit your fault in a relationship. I felt like my emotions were being, I'm telling y'all, we got it. Oh my God, that's a fact. Listen, y'all on some of y'all comments, I may not know what y'all talking about because y'all on delay. So I keep on rolling in my teaching and I got to go back to think about what I was saying to match it up to your comment. Let me see. Lisa, you're in here exposing hidden shadows this morning. Absolutely. That's who I am. I'm not a shallow man. I'm a spiritual man. And I've been teaching and for all my life. And that's why I love sitting in front of this computer. That's why I love the fact that I got this book. I want to see comments like that. Let me see. Comments like that. See, I used to pastor. I started 9 churches around the country. The reason I left church to serve God is because the truth I was given behind church walls needs to touch the world. That's why I retired at 39. Because I felt like the stuff I was saying in the church walls needed to be said out here in the world. And you know what I hear all the time, y'all? People on Instagram and TikTok and everything. When they hear my stuff, they always say, yo, it's something different about what you're saying. You know what it is? Because it's God behind what I'm saying. That's why I left church. Because church had me bound in a place. I ain't leave God. I left church. Because the world needs to hear this wisdom. And I had to get from behind these walls. If somebody wants this book, it's available on Amazon, yo. It's available. And in fact, let me put this up. Ladies, I got a book called The Soul of Sarah. If you're interested in it, on Amazon right now, buy it for Christmas. Buy it for yourself. Buy it for some of your sisters. In fact, I urge some of y'all sisters, I would like to do a book club on the Dear Sister podcast, just talking about The Soul of Sarah. I think I'm going to do that next week. I might do one today. But I want to start discussing the book of Soul of Sarah on the Dear Sister podcast. If y'all want this book, get it right now. In fact, I think Monday I'm gonna do one today, but I want to start this book club. Go get this book, The Soul of Sarah. This book, I compared a woman's God showed me that a woman has two reproductive systems, a spiritual and a natural, and they both match. They both match. It's about, you have two wombs as well. You have a womb here, you have a womb here. Whatever you take into your ear, your mind will grow just like your body does a baby. And you got to protect your spiritual reproductive system as much as you protect your natural reproductive system, because a lot of you create things that take over your life. Go get this book right now. So I wrote this book after I eulogized my mother. God told me to write a book to lift these women up. Soul of Sarah on Amazon right now. Brothers, go get my book, The Home Where Hurt Men Heal. It's on Amazon. Go get it. Go get it for yourself. Some other brothers for Christmas. All right, go grab it. Home Where Hurt Men Heal is on Amazon right now. And the one you just seen me lift up, I Left Church to Serve God, that's available on Amazon right now. Go grab that book. Go grab that book. That book has helped many people's lives. Some of the religious people get scared of the title because they think church is God. Church ain't God. God is God. So I did leave church to serve God. Why? Because in church, a lot of times we're serving the vision of a person and we're not serving the vision of God. Go get that book. It's on Amazon.com right now. Let me get back in the chat. Let me see. That's a fact. Tears will change the entire. Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. And some of you ladies know, as soon as you start crying or acting too hurt, you can change the narrative. Come on, let's get into it. This is a grown people show, y'all. Don't feel attacked. I ain't on here to attack nobody. Our show ain't about attack. That's why, again, it's a balanced show. You'll never hear me saying something to women, not saying something to men. A lot of you ladies, you use your emotions to change the narrative so you don't have to be accountable for your actions in a relationship. You do. Or you get so mad and start yelling and stuff like that that you don't. That way we put the narrative away. If you want to heal relationships, stop trying to manipulate it. And just like us men, stop manipulating relationship with your anger, right? You scare a woman where she won't say nothing. She won't say nothing because she's scared of your reaction. Come on, y'all. Come on, we grown or not? A lot of brothers, you got your woman so scared of your reaction. I ain't talking about putting hands on her or nothing like that. But women don't want to have a burden in their relationship. So a lot of women will hold on to pain and not say nothing because she don't want your anger to hurt she don't want you to be angry because she want you. And she feels like she angers you and you'll walk away, not just from the relationship, but you'll just detach. A woman will keep her pain that you caused to herself because she's scared that you'll leave emotionally. Don't manipulate your relationship with anger, gentlemen. And ladies, don't manipulate the relationship with your emotions. It's not fair. Let me see. Yes, I had to learn crying was toxic, even in its natural. Absolutely. Let me see. I appreciate it, Lisa. Thank you. I feel amazing. I need to go through some things I went through. I regret emotionally hurting people along my journey. That's big. That's manhood. That's it. You got to know when you hurt people, yo. You can't just move on like nothing happened. Let me see. I never heard the breakdown of how women will treat their men depending on their relationship with their mothers, vice versa. Yes, that shook me up. It's facts. It's what nobody wants to talk about. Again, it's easy for a man to love his mama. It's easy for a man to love his mama. Even if he had a rough relationship with her, it's easy for a man to love his mama. So when you see a man loving on his mama, oh, he love his mama, that means he gonna love me. That's not true. That's not true. Right? Just because you see a girl go up and rub her daddy's old bald head and say how much he love her, don't mean he going don't mean that's easy. It's easy for a daughter to jump on daddy's shoulders. That's natural relationship. Can she humble herself to a woman? That's when you see what she got humility in her. Can he humble himself to a man? That's when you see whether he got humility in it. Because humility is what will make the relationship sweet. When you can find yourself and humble yourself. You can't tell if a man is humble at women, under women. You only tell if a man is humble by how he acts around a man. Let me see. Let me see. I'll be in your Cash App as soon as I get. Thank you, my sister. I appreciate that. I do. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Lisa. I'm a tear. Crying at any good, bad, indifferent. So trying not to cry is hard. And I feel like I can't be myself if that's the case. I don't need or want to be in that ship. Well, see, understand this though, Boog. It's not about crying itself. It's about using tears to not take accountability. It's not just about crying, because I'm a crybaby too. I'll break down crying, right? Just because I'm a waterhead, I'll cry. It's about when a woman knows, okay, if I start crying, then he'll stop talking about how he feels. If I start crying, then he'll be more focused on comforting me than me dealing with what we're talking about. So crying itself is not the issue. Crying itself is not the issue. It's the use of tears, right? You listen, you can drink water or drown in it, right? Right? You can cook with fire or you can burn your house. It's not about the element, it's about how you use it. You hear what I'm saying? You hear what I'm saying? All right. Let me see. That mother-daughter relationship teaching was so impactful, for me over a decade ago, and for sure strengthened the relationship with my mom. Absolutely. I'm so glad y'all receiving this today. Let me put these questions back on the table, y'all. Let me ask y'all this. Let me put this question on the table. How has emotionally dishonesty impacted your relationships? Right? Whether now or back then. How has emotional dishonesty, I taught what it was. We walked through 5 things it does. Let's talk about that a little bit. How has emotional dishonesty impacted your relationships? Even if it was, let's get past intimate relationships. Let's start going into all relationships now. Right? How has emotional dishonesty impacted relationship with parents, with friends, in relationships? Talk to me. In your life, how have you seen it impact your relationships? And I got another question I got on the table. In what ways can we start becoming more transparent? What ways can you start becoming more transparent to really save those relationships around you? Let me see who's in the chat. Crying because I'm a water. Yeah, sometimes, listen, y'all see me cry teaching on this podcast because so much truth is coming from me. I just break down crying. I'm a waterhead. I will break down crying, yo. And you know why I'm not afraid to admit that? Because I'm a man through and through. And I want other men to know that crying don't make you less than a man. God made our ability to cry to release, right? When you cry, it carries pain out of your body. So when people tell men, don't cry, well, where does the pain go? Don't cry, that's soft. Okay, so where does the pain go? If tears are a release of my pain or an expression of my joy, and you're teaching a man he can't cry, then how does he express his joy and how does he draw pain out of his body? If he can't draw pain out of his body, it seeps into anger. Anger turns into a bomb and a bomb explodes. Brothers, don't think that you're weak if you cry. You better cry or you'll explode. Let me see. Women are actually pretty strong. We grow and realize that men in the past had problems that had nothing to do. Yeah. See, that's another thing, y'all. In relationship, you got to accept that sometimes people have problems that have nothing to do with you. I was in a very, very toxic, abusive relationship. Like I was being abused in a major way. Seriously, emotionally, I'm going to tell you. I had to escape. I had to escape this marriage because it was emotionally, like, ridiculously abusive. And this is when I was pastoring, right? I'm gonna tell y'all. It was some Sundays where my ex-wife would intentionally, like, start crazy beef with me on my way out to church. And I knew, like, it was intentional. And it was times where I would get to church and I would go up to the podium, and it was days I would lean on the podium and, like, just break down crying before I could teach. And because we was in church, people would be like, oh, he's in the spirit. I wasn't in the spirit. That my ex would try to break me so bad before I had to go to teach that sometimes I had to stand up there and weep just to be able to get the message out. It was I've never been in an abusive relationship. Listen, and guess what, y'all? I put up a stat the other day. 48.8% of men in the United States are in emotionally abusive relationships right now. 48.8%. Don't think a woman can't crack you. A woman will break you down to nothing, bro. Women can be incredibly abusive. Incredibly abusive. Listen, that thing almost killed me. I'm talking about while I was on dialysis. I would be on a dialysis machine and she would still be being abusive. Seriously. And that, in fact, I shared it with y'all before. That's the day I decided to divorce her. Was one day she was going hard, and I'm on dialysis. I'm on dialysis with a computer in front of me with needles in my arm trying to finish a paper because I was trying to finish my master's while I was on dialysis. And she was going off on me about something. I don't even know what it was. But I closed my computer. I looked at the dialysis machine. I looked at my arm. I said, no way. I was dog tired after dialysis. I crawled in my car. I drove straight to the county office the county court I need to go to. And I filed for custody, partial custody, and divorce right then and there. Because I couldn't believe that while I'm paying every bill, taking care of the house, pastoring churches, traveling, while on dialysis, raising 4 kids, that someone would treat me like that. I divorced her that day. Because I said I can't go through this kind of abuse while I'm trying to live. It's a fact, y'all. Let me see. Oh, you're digging deep. Oh, I'm digging deep. I dig deep every day, Lise. Every day I'm on here at 6 a.m. I'm digging deep every day. Let me see. Let me see. Natasha, let me not miss you. Here we go. I don't cry. I actually hate showing my tears because I think I look stronger. Guess what? I'm going to go back to my point, Natasha. I'm going to go back to my point right here that earlier. Point 4 I taught earlier, this for you. Emotional dishonesty encourages self-betrayal. So while you were trying to be so tough, looking strong, big and bad girl, you were only betraying yourself, not the person. See, that we do that, men and women. We do that trying to this stance. Oh, you ain't gonna hurt me. I'm staying strong. I'm 10 toes down in the dirt. You keep on standing 10 toes down, you're gonna break every one of those damn toes. Stop betraying yourself, yo. Stop betraying yourself. Let me see. Kia. It caused me to have major trust issues by not showing what I felt like are areas for. Yes. It caused me to have major trust issues, by not showing. This is the thing, though. A lot of times our trust issues start with us. We mistrust us way before we mistrust other people. Come on, y'all. It's the facts. We mistrust us way before we mistrust other people, yo. We do. I got you. Let me see. Yeah, that Jezebel spirit is a soul crushing. Absolutely it is. And I'm going to say this: Jezebel, the Jezebel spirit doesn't represent a woman. Jezebel represents any spirit that will try to crack the gift of God in a person. We have tied Jezebel to a woman, but if Jezebel is a spirit, the spirits aren't male or female. Spirits aren't male or female. You hear me? Spirits aren't male or female. So if you're dealing with a Jezebel spirit, understand Jezebel is the spirit that will try to crack the gift in a person and make you feel less than you are. Jezebel doesn't want you to see you for who you are. So it cracks you. Both men and women carry that Jezebel spirit. Let me see. Kia, it caused me to have trust issues with losing people, thinking I'm not showing areas that can be preyed on. But then I became internally upset that things important aren't. See, ain't that something? We hide and then mad because we can't be found. Man, y'all, listen, I love y'all, man. This is real talk. This is real relationship talk. Emotional dishonesty. It has caused us not to thrive in relationship. Hey, y'all, let me use, we're in an hour and 39 minutes. I want to get to some of this advice for some of y'all that's in relationships right now, trying to save your relationship. Let me kick y'all. So let me give you some relationship advice. All right. I want to spend the rest of the show giving relationship advice. All right. So jump in the chat. That's what I'm focused on right now. Relationship advice. Jump in the chat right now. If you're in a relationship, out of relationship, trying to fix your relationship, jump in there right now. We're going to focus on Dear Brother, the advice. Okay. I want to be able to give advice out to my brothers and sisters today so y'all can move on. Holidays is coming up. Some of y'all going to be with your man, be with your woman, be with their family. A lot of crazy beef starts during this time. So look, jump in the chat. I want to give some advice to some people about relationship this morning before we get out of here. All right. Let me see. Bug. I would cry and crash out. Hey, yo. Yo, I love y'all so much. Bug said I will cry and crash out. Hit the like button, everybody. Hit the share button, too. Make sure you subscribe. Let's get to 2,500 subscribers, y'all. Let's grow this channel. Cry and crash out. Yeah. See, I wouldn't crash out. I would just leave. My crash out was the fade. My crash out was to leave and then act like I never even met you and be totally cool with that. Like, see you walk down the street, like I never knew you. Like, we could have just been kicking it last week. Like, seriously, that was my crash out. My crash out, I'm not going to yell, scream, holler, none of that. I'm just going to bounce and like you never existed in my life. And I had to realize, yo, even though that was my safety mechanism, that is a sickness. It's a sickness to spend real time with somebody and act like they never existed and mean it. Like that's a sickness. And I'm telling y'all, a lot of us need to recognize the sicknesses that's in us. Because a lot of the stuff we on ain't cute. Now we talking grown. A lot of this nonsense we on ain't cute, y'all. A lot of the way we go about life ain't cute. It will keep you single. You know the biggest thing that keeps a relationship together? Humility. A lot of us ain't got a humble bone in our body. And let me say this. No relationship will work when all you bring to the relationship is your needs. Y'all hear me? No relationship will work when all you bring to it is your needs. If you're in a relationship and all you brought to it was your needs and not the ability to jump in and be help to somebody else's needs, you want a one-sided relationship. That's crap. You don't want a partner. Come on. Let's be honest. And some of y'all in y'all late 30s and 40s still ain't married, ain't got no man, and you still talking about I'm waiting on God. No, God waiting on you to straighten yourself up because you too foolish to be in a relationship. Stop this stuff. Stop spiritualizing your bad behavior. Stop spiritualizing bad behavior. Stop saying you waiting on God. Because God ain't going to send nobody to you the way you act. Brothers and sisters. God is not going to send somebody to you the way you act. So stop over spiritualizing this stuff. Right? Stop it. Be honest. Let me see. My next potential relationship got to do a dissertation on the podcast. So I can know. Yo. Bug. I'm done. I'm out. You need a dissertation on the podcast to qualify this person, huh, Bug? Girl, you are crazy. Look, real talk though. Listen, men and women, yo, send them to the podcast. You're right, because we kicking good wisdom and knowledge on here. See how they love it. Look, you dating somebody you trust in this podcast, and they like, look, that podcast been blessing me, man. Look, and they get on here like, oh man, boy, chump, he talking trash. See, you probably don't want to be with the person, because y'all know I don't kick nothing but truth on here. Look at Natasha. Wow. Natasha saying, wow, you probably saying the same thing. You probably saying the same thing as Bug is, Natasha. Next person to get with you got to do a dissertation on the podcast. What you think about what that man's saying right there? Y'all are something else, man. Okay. We was watching Power yesterday, right? We start rewatching Power yesterday, and we saw something. What was the point I was trying to make earlier? Dag, I should have made it. My brain is too old. Oh man. All right, I can't hold the podcast up. But it was some point that we were watching Power yesterday. We saw something. Oh, Pursuit. Now let's argue a little bit. I'm going to put this out on the table. I'm not going to try to fix it. I ain't going to try to make it cute. I'm just going to put it on the table. This concept of men need to always be pursuing their lady, I think that's crap. Here's why. If I pursued you to get with you, then once we get together, we should be pursuing something together. I think it's wrong for a woman to say, my man needs to keep on pursuing me. For what? What are you talking about? Should he keep on appreciating you? Yes, just like you should appreciate him. Should he keep on being kind and letting you know that you matter to him? Yes, just like you should him. But to expect a man that's pursued you to keep pursuing you so you can be happy means you're insecure. Right? Stephen Curry's wife. Y'all know Stephen Curry, the basketball player. Stephen Curry's wife one time said, while she was married, this was probably 3-4 years ago, she says, sometimes I wonder why men don't get in my inbox no more. Like, I just want to feel like valuable. I want to feel. She's married and said on a TV show or a podcast, I just want men like to get in my inbox sometime just to like let me know I still got it. This whole thing of a man continuing to pursue a woman is what wears men out. A man shouldn't keep on pursuing you. Y'all should get together and pursue other goals. And I'm going to tell you, brother, if you with a girl who you got to keep on pursuing, leave her. Oh, Christian, that ain't fair. Leave her, bro. We should be pursuing life together. Why am I keep on pursuing you? That means you ain't important to you. And you want me to keep on making you important to me so you can feel better about yourself. That means something wrong with you. Christian Christian bringing the hammer. Yeah, it's facts. When Jezebel's a woman that moves in ways and traits that men don't particularly have. I don't know, Lise. Because remember, Jezebel's a spirit. It's not a man or a female. Just because Jezebel was physically a woman in the Bible, it's just a spirit. It's to break down your authority. Like crying to be manipulative. Yes. Sex appeal. Toxic femininity and seduction. Yes. But yes, men can possess that. Yes. Men can do the same thing. When he's trying to crack who you are, trying to crack the code and tear you up. I agree. Yes, I agree, Lise. You've been such a blessing to the show today. I'm so thankful you came by. Everybody hit that like button. I'm telling y'all, we got to get over this. We got to know what relationship is. I'm telling you, we've learned so many bad ideals and ideas about what relationship is. And we follow so many bad patterns about what relationship is. Like, I guarantee you, some woman taught you that girl, he need to be pursuing you. No, he doesn't. Y'all need to be pursuing life. You don't get together to keep on chasing each other. You get together to chase life. You get together to make each other's road easier. You get together to support each other as you do life together. But to keep on pursuing a person, it's insecurity. Let me say. Yes, that was crazy. She should have kept that comment to herself. Absolutely. She was wild. Absolutely. But y'all see what I'm saying? It comes from that bad teaching of a woman needs to keep on being pursued. Well, what's a relationship for? Right? You get together to help that man and that man help you. To pursue each other is imbalance, man. That's imbalance. I mean, to keep on pursuing somebody so they can be happy is imbalance. That means you weren't ready for a relationship. And a person that needs to keep on being pursued in a relationship never pursued themselves. That's the problem. You never pursued yourself. And I think men and women do it. It's not just a woman thing. A lot of men want to keep on feeling like, I just want to know I know I'm necessary. And again, it's not about appreciating the person to let them know they're there. But as a man, if you keep on needing to be pursued, you got low self-esteem, bro. That means you never pursued you. That means you never built anything out of yourself. And you're looking for her to give you validation that you never gave yourself. Same thing with women. You're looking for a man to give you validation that you never gave yourself. Or you're looking for a man to give you validation that you didn't get in your life. No man is strong enough but God to give you enough validation to heal parts of you that have been hurt since you were 14, 15 years old. You hear what I'm saying? And we're unfair in a lot of relationships, y'all. We're unfair in a lot of relationships because we want too much from somebody. And I'm gonna say this too. um, and this is something ladies like to say. Well, if he want me, he got to take all of me. He got to take the good parts and all the bad parts. I understand what you're trying to say, but no, he don't. A man don't have to take your crap. Just like you don't have to take a man's crap. And isn't it something how y'all ladies say, man, if a man gonna be with me, he better be healed before he come to me. Well, stop bringing men crap then. See, this is why I want to write the book, Emotional Inequality. Because there's a lot of things that women feel like they can get away with in a relationship that a man could never, ever get away with. Like that kind of stuff. Right? Oh, the chat got quiet. What y'all scared? Y'all scared? Yeah. Yes. Nobody has to accept all of you. Some stuff you should have worked out before you got in that relationship. Stop this stuff. Oh, he got to accept all of me. He don't have to accept all that crap from you. No, he don't. No, he doesn't. A man doesn't have to become your father. You should have been raised already. It's not no man's job to raise you. Just like it's no woman's job to raise a man. Come on, yo. Let's get it together. Let me see. I am. It's a must we watch together. Absolutely. Why not? I would love that for you see what I'm saying? I would love that. That matters, yo. That matters. All right, y'all. If there's anybody who needs advice, jump in. Before I close the show, I got 10 more minutes. I would like to give relationship advice for 10 more minutes before I get out of here. So, man, we went 1 hour and 51 minutes already. This is a bomb show. Hit the like button. Hit the share button. Yo, share this with your socials. Y'all believe in this show? Share it with somebody that needs it, right? Share it with somebody that needs it. This is how we grow the channel. This is how we grow our show. Let's get to 2,500 subscribers, y'all. We can do it. We can do it. We can do it. Everybody make sure you subscribe. Ladies, subscribe. Gentlemen, subscribe, all right? All right, let me see. Kia. Again, everybody, we're dealing Dear Brother, the advice for the rest of the show. We got 10 more minutes, and I'm going to just help people answer some things that you've been worried about. If ladies who have questions about men and the mind of men, jump in there. Jump in there. Brothers who have questions about the ladies and how, look, I'm going through this with my lady. How do I approach this situation? Jump in there. I want to help you before I get out of here today. It's Dear Brother, the advice time. Last 10 minutes of the show, we will jump into the advice. Key is in the building. Let me see. Does this need for pursuit link to the lack of feeling validated from a parental perspective? Yes, most times it is. I've heard so many people speak to daddy and mommy issues. Absolutely. This is why I teach every time. And I probably say this kid, probably every relationship Friday, we mention this stuff, right? Like, so I do marriage counseling, right? I don't like counseling, but every now and then I'll do marriage counseling. A certain couple will come to me and say, we need marriage counseling. I'll do it. And when we do marriage counseling, I wrote a whole program up because I do marriage counseling based on how you were raised. I see a lot of people do marriage counseling. They get to talking about the couple and, well, your issue and your issue. No. Because when it comes to marriage, it's beyond the issues we bring. These issues came from somewhere. If two people getting married and they're in their 30s or 40s, that means you brought 40 or 30 years of your stuff to this. And that came from somewhere. You got to get to the source of the issue, right? Because if you don't get to the source of your issue, you'll blame your partner when in reality it was your dad. You'll blame your partner when in reality it was your mom. You'll blame your partner when in reality you learned a lot of toxic stuff from the relationship you grew up seeing, right? So yes, in all relationships, most of the time it's never really about the people. It's about what they brought to the relationship from how they were raised that they don't even recognize. You're being your mother. You're being your father. And some of us say, I'll never be like my mom and never be like my dad. Guess what? If you keep on living a life and not confronting issues, you'll become exactly what you hate. You'll become exactly what you hate. Let me see. Write it so we can start a book club on that too. This is more effective than counseling sessions. Absolutely. I'll happily pay you my co-payments instead. Listen, y'all. Master Built One. That's my Cash App. Give me a Christmas gift for all this wisdom I'm sharing. Hit my Cash App. That y'all could be a blessing right now. But yes, Kia, I want to start that. I'm gonna start that book club today, yo. I am. Even if I gotta be there by myself. I'm starting that book club today. I'm doing another pod. Probably after I get off of here, I'm gonna take an hour break and get back. Solar Sarah. I'm starting a book club and I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna read each part and teach from each part. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna lay back and just read this thing. Go get this book right now, yo. That's what I'm doing on the podcast, on this Dear Sarah podcast, Dear Sister podcast. I'm gonna be teaching this book. I'm gonna be reading it and teaching it. Right? Go get it on Amazon right now. Go grab it for yourself. Go grab it from friends. All right. I actually rewrote this book and I added a chapter to it. The chapter I added on here is how do you know who to marry? How does a woman know who to marry? Any man can ask you to marry him. How do you know who to say I do to? That's the name of the chapter. How do you know who to say I do to? I wrote a chapter on here to teach you that. A lot of men want to marry you. A lot of men will say, oh, baby, you're the love of my life. That don't mean you're supposed to be his. The last chapter of this book, I added this chapter. When I rewrote this book and re-released it, I added 2 chapters. My daughter Morgan wrote a chapter in this book as well. But I added a chapter on who to say I do to. A lot of women are in that trap. You don't know who to say I do to. I wrote that. But I'm going to start a book club on the Dear Sister podcast. I'll start it today. I'm going to drop the first one today. All right? Let me see. Yes. Karima. Good morning, my sister. Yes. Wow. Yes. How you were raised. It's all about that, yo. It's all about that. You see, and all of us have done it at one time or another. We demonized our partner, not realizing that you brought that crap from 40 years ago. Seriously. And that's why a lot of us become serial daters. Because you're looking for this person. You go person to person to person to person to person to person, trying to act like it's going to be a certain person who's going to bring you joy, when it's really you are bringing your past. You are acting like your mom. You're acting like this very thing you said you hated growing up seeing. And if you don't address that, you'll spend your life trying to find somebody when it's not the person. A lot of you have dated great people. A lot of you have broken up with great people because you were the problem. And what you're doing is you're looking for somebody who will just be okay with all your stuff. Guess what? Nobody's going to be okay with all your stuff. Nobody. Let me see. Let me see. Lisa, I have serious detachment issues. I leave and sabotage all my relationships. I used to be like that. What's some advice on how I should start working on changing those ways? Stay and working it out doesn't work for me. Okay. If you're a serial dater, stop dating. Number one, if you're a serial dater, stop dating. Okay. Because again, you're looking for somebody to heal something that won't stop bleeding. Okay. You're looking for somebody to heal something that won't stop bleeding. You got to stop dating and start addressing your stuff. Like, for example, and I'm talking about deep stuff, I'm talking about real internal deep stuff. Again, when I lost my child, if you got on my nerves in a relationship and you acted like you wasn't happy, I don't care, because loss was okay for me. I had to address that. I had to see that depth in me, the depth of brokenness. You hear what I'm saying? That's the advice I'm giving you, Lise. You got to see the depth of your brokenness and really be able to verbalize it too. That's another thing. When you think of different things that go wrong in your life, or you think of it, that's one thing. To think of it is one thing. To verbalize it, power is in words. Power is in words. And when you're able to express from your mouth your issue, it hits different. Thinking about your issue and saying it out your mouth are two different things. When you say it out your mouth, you allow your whole system to hear what's wrong with you. If you trap it in your thoughts, you won't handle it. But sometimes you got to hear yourself say, I'm broken. You got to hear yourself say, I don't have it together. You got to hear yourself say, I've been broken and this is why. You got to hear yourself say it. Verbalize it is your road to healing. Absolutely. Absolutely. Where's the Cash App? The Cash App's right there scrolling at the bottom of the screen. Master Built One, MasterBuilt number one is right at the bottom. Venmo too, right? So there it is right there. I think y'all see it. It's right scrolling at the bottom of the screen. Y'all should be able to see it. If you're watching on TV or something that's broken, or not broken, but you can't see it, it's Master Built One, MasterBuilt number one. Thank you so much for asking, my sister. I appreciate y'all being a blessing to my life. If I'm blessing y'all, thank you for being a blessing to me. I really appreciate that. I would love to be considered like my mom and loved by someone like my dad. Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes. So this is the thing. This is the thing. Boog, I got a question for you. I have a question for you. Are you allowing yourself to be loved like your mom loves your dad? Because it's one thing to want it. It's another thing to be open to it. And I want you to know this too. When you grow up with a mom and dad that love each other that deeply, they didn't just get there by no way. They got there by some investment. They got there through hard days. So you can't want what they had without being willing to go through the things they did to get there. That's why I always tell people, you can love another man's garden, but make sure you can stand the weeds. You're welcome, Lisa Moore. Thank you, sister. Thank you. Thank you for considering to be a blessing in my life. And anybody else that wants to be a blessing is right there at the bottom of the screen, right there. And also, y'all, my website, christianwinners.com, for some of y'all that want a one-on-one. If you want a one-on-one session with me, it's available. It's donation-based, right? I do my counseling donation-based because there was a time I was really broken and I didn't have no money for counseling, and I just had to deal with me. I don't want anybody to be in that situation. Some people have finances, some people don't. All right. So if you want a one-on-one, go to christianwinners.com. You can set up your one-on-one. If you have an organization, if you have a women's conference, a man's conference, you want me to come speak, you can go on my website right now. You could book me on my website for your upcoming conference or event. Hit the booking button right on my website, and you can book me for your event. In fact, I've been getting invited to do so many women's conferences lately. It's been so fun to go to these women's conferences and share my heart. That's been a fun thing. All right. In fact, I'm thinking about doing a women's conference myself, brother to sister. I've been thinking about that. Let me know, ladies, what y'all think about that. Y'all think that would be a good event? I'm thinking about doing that personally, doing a brother to sister event where I allow women to come in, ask all kinds of questions, and share the heart of a brother with women and bring clarity about men. Let me know if that's a good idea. Let me know if y'all would attend an event like that. Let me know if you and your friends would attend an event like that. I would love to do that event, a dear brother to sister event. All right. Also on my website, I got 2 ebooks out there. Who's the cause of your delay? Removing the shame. This is for some of you that let people in your life that totally crashed your life. I wrote this book on how to remove shame from your life, remove a person from your life that has been no good to you. That book is on sale for $5 right now on my website, christianwinners.com. Go on christianwinners.com and go on the store. It's available to you. And for some of you that came through a tough 2024 and you find yourself mentally and emotionally fatigued, I wrote a book for you. Overcoming Fatigue. It's also available on my website right now. An ebook, $5. I got both of these on sale for $5 right now. Visit my website and you can get those books. Okay, let me see. Book. Let me see. I'm sorry. Okay. Book. I'm delayed. I hadn't been, but now yes. Good. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. I'm very proud of you. I'm very proud of you. Let me see. Sounds like a great idea. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do a dear brother to sister event because I think ladies need to hear truth from a guy that cares and loves them. Okay. All right, y'all. Well, we passed 2 hours. It's 2 hours and 3 minutes. This has been a great show. Let me. Y'all bringing me back. As soon as I thought I was out, y'all pulled me back in. Let me see, Boog. This time, single, I learned a lot about myself. I also had some grown conversations with my parents that prior to they weren't willing to have. Learn from both. I teach a class. Well, I used to teach a class about self-confrontation and self-awareness, and one of the first things I taught in that class was about temperament. And temperament is something about you that you can't change. It comes from 6 people. It comes from your 2 grandparents, and it comes from your set of parents, right? It's temperament. Temperament is certain ways about you that will never change. You get it directly from those 6 people. And the only way to discover that about yourself is to have conversations, just like Boog is saying right here, right? She said, this time single, I learned a lot about myself. I also had some grown conversations with my parents, right? This is the thing. This is the arrogance of it. When you grow up, you start thinking you got to figure out everything on your own about you. If 2 parents made you, that means everything about you comes from those 2. You know how stupid it is not to talk to them about you? Why go on a self-discovery journey when you can ask those 2 people about you? They made you, right? They made you. And I'm not talking about their opinions of you. I'm talking about the stuff that comes directly from them and your grandparents that have made the person you are, right? My parents aren't here, so I can't have those conversations. I wish they were here, because there's some things I sit back and wonder, why am I like this? And you can just ask a simple question to your parents and grandparents, and they'll tell you, oh, I understand why you're like that, because this is how we are, right? I had to discover a lot of things from later on, but I wish that I could ask my parents, because it would have sped me through a lot of my difficulties. Let me see. Planet, we'll be there. I know y'all will. Lisa, we're sitting next to you. Right. I think that's going to be bomb, y'all. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that Dear Sister event. First thing what I'm going to do first is I'm going to do this book club on the Dear Sister. I'm going to do this book club first on the Dear Sister podcast, and then we'll begin to build out that program. All right, y'all. I'm going to go take a break before I got to do my next podcast, but it's been so good hanging with y'all today. Every Friday is Relationship Friday. Some people always ask me, well, when are you on? I'm on every morning at 6 a.m. All right. I'm on the Dear Brother podcast every morning at 6 a.m. Every Friday, I put both podcasts together, the Dear Brother podcast, the Dear Sister podcast, and we do Relationship Friday. All right. I'm thinking about Thursday, making it Advice Thursday, where all I do is give out advice for the whole show. But check us out. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Let's get to 2,500 subscribers so we can really touch the internet the way we should with some real truth. I love y'all so much. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Remember, every day, y'all matter. You matter to me. Make sure you matter to you. Stand tall and be proud of yourself today, all right? I really need y'all to do that. And throughout these holidays, let me say this before I get out of here. Throughout these holidays, don't let nobody stress you out. Don't feel obligated to go places that will break you. I don't care if they family. Don't feel obligated to hang out at places during the holidays that are not good for you. Don't feel obligated to hang around people that are not good for you. Don't feel obligated to be amongst people that don't make you feel good about yourself. Don't feel like you got to sit around and answer a whole bunch of questions. The holiday is for joy, togetherness. You hear what I'm saying? Don't feel obligated to submit to any place that breaks down the person that you're trying to build up. All right. I love every one of you. You matter so much to me. And like we always end the show, say it with me, everybody. Yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery. All we got is right now. What you going to do with it? What you going to do about it? Go forward. Have a brilliant day, because you're a brilliant person. I love you. Peace. And I'm out of here.